First, let's select the boxes next to the existing www records. And there's 2 right here. And then let's click Delete Record Set. Next, we want to make sure that the TTL of all of our records is 30 seconds. So we'll just go to Web 1 East here, change this one to 30, save the record set. Web 2 East, change it to 30 seconds. Web 1 West, 30 seconds there, and then Web 2 West, and we'll change that to 30 seconds and save. All right, now we're ready to create some weighted records. So let's click Create Record Set. Expand this out a little bit. For the name, we're going to do www. This is going to be a type A IPv4 address. For alias, we want to choose yes, and the alias target here will be web1-east.benpiper.host. Now for the routing policy, we're going to click this and choose weighted, and then let's scroll down. Now it gives us an option for weight and a set ID. For the weight, we'll enter 25. Now the set ID is not automatically populated. You remember when we created the failover records, Route 53 populated the set ID for us. Not so here. This has to be unique per record, so we'll put web1-east. For associate with health check, we'll click yes, and then of course here we want to select web1 east and then click create. Notice here it's telling me alias target contains an invalid value. Well, if I click here in the field, you can see that the alias target is actually missing the trailing period. I'll go ahead and click that, and now let's go ahead and try to create this again, and that works. All right, let's go ahead and create another record set. This one is also going to be www. The alias for this one is going to be web2-east. We'll select the weighted routing policy. The weight here is going to be 25. And the set ID is web2-east. We will associate this with the appropriate health check for web2-east and then click create. All right, 2 more to go. www. I'm going to go through this one a little faster this time. Web1 West. The routing policy is weighted. And then this also will have a weight of 25. Enter the set ID and select the correct health check. And finally, one more. Alias yes. Web2 West is the one we want. The routing policy is weighted, 25 for the weight, and then a unique set ID, and finally the health check. And then click create. Okay, all 4 of our weighted records here are created, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's jump over to the command line. We'll do an NS lookup, www.benpiper.host. Notice that it resolves to the IP address of web2 east. Now, if I go ahead and run this query again, I get the same response. Why? Well, it's because of the TTL, which is 30 seconds. My DNS server is hanging on to that record until the TTL expires. So let's go ahead and wait 30 seconds and then try it again. And we get the same record, which is perfectly fine. Remember that the record Route 53 responds with is going to be somewhat random. That is, it's not going to sequentially bounce from one record to the next in a round-robin fashion. However, that does make it harder to validate that your configuration is working. So to help with that, we're going to take a different approach. Let's open up our web browser.